everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Caterina, or Cat for short, and this is Infinite Wellness Within. In today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is a breakthrough in an area of your life. And today what we're going to do is pick 3 cards from a tarot deck, and then that's how you'll choose your card today. So just using your intuition based on the card that you get, and also which area of your life it is that you're hoping for a breakthrough. So that's what we're going to do today. And once you do choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you to your reading. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. So if anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that is not me. All right. A breakthrough in an area of your life. Can we have a card for group number 1, please? Okay, thank you. Okay. I feel like this is group number 2, so we're going to set that right there. And can we have a card for group number 3, please? All right, thank you. Group number 1, you have the 6 of Swords, and you also have the flower agate. Group number 2, you have the Queen of Wands, and you also have the pink opal. Group number 3, you have the Hanged Man, it's number 12, and you also have the zebra Jasper. Please take your time choosing your card or cards, and it is perfectly fine to choose more than one if you're drawn to more than one, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the flower agate, and your card is the 6 of Swords. Now, there's a lot that I'm getting from this card, but first of all, what I want to point out is that I'm getting a sense of hope, and I'm also getting a sense that it's going to take a little bit of time, but there is something that's about to blossom in your life. So I feel that by moving away from a situation that was causing you a lot of grief, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, so by moving away from that, you're basically planting the seeds for your future, and that future is going to start to blossom pretty soon. And the reason why I say that, a couple things. First of all, you have the flower agate. So obviously with flower, I'm thinking of something blooming, but before that can happen, you have to plant the seeds, right? So I do feel like you're in that process, or you will be when you're ready to be, okay? Or when the situation is ready for you to move on, you will be moving on. Now, here's the other thing. You have the butterfly right here. So what that is telling me is basically the same thing. That's telling me that you have a situation. You may be in a little bit of a holding pattern right now, kind of like when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon. But the good thing to know is that you are about to go through this transformation, and I can see here that you have either started this process or you will soon. And there's definitely movement away from something that was not good for you. Now, look at the card this way. See, if we do that, what do you see? You see the sunshine. That's where you're going. You're going into the sunshine. So definitely there's going to be a release of something. You are in a transition period, or will be soon, but you're leaving something behind that no longer serves you. And I feel that you're getting answers for how to move on, or what to move on to, because you see this paper here in this person's hand. So it's like, oh, okay, I have resources, or I have a plan, or I have an idea, whatever it is. So yeah, I also feel like it's this is a good time for you to evaluate what no longer serves you, and don't pack that in your bags when you move on, either literally or figuratively, because some of you could literally be moving somewhere, and whatever the case is, if you're physically moving to a new location where your home is going to be, or if you're leaving behind bad habits or friendships that you outgrew, a romantic relationship that you outgrew, a job that you outgrew, just whatever it is, it could be something else that I didn't mention. You don't want to bring any of the past with you on this new journey. Now, of course, you can bring memories, lessons, things like that, but anything that was really negative, Spirit says go ahead and leave that back here, because you don't want it to taint where you're going. Because where you're going is going to be much, much better. And I'm just feeling like a sense of lightness. I'm feeling a sigh of relief. And there's like a healing process that's going on here. And now if you see the road, it goes all the way back here. So I feel like, it's kind of a slower process, but this card is so positive because there is movement. Okay. So, and also, the amount of time that it takes is going to depend on, your individual situation and circumstances and things like that, and how easily or how quickly you can like emotionally and mentally heal from something that was back here that was causing a lot of stress. So yeah, we're going to obviously get some more information as we go along, but that's what I have for you to start out. So let's see what else we have for you. What can you tell us for group number 1, please? Ooh, this card is really grabbing my attention. Okay, what else can you tell us for group number 1, please? A breakthrough happening for group number 1. Hibernation and regeneration. Isn't this basically, kind of almost summarizing a part of what I was saying here? Because what was the word I used? Oh, I think I just said that you were going to be going through a healing process. And that's exactly what I see here. Exactly what I see here. You're very, very protected as you go through this process. And you are, look at all the stars on the dress. Okay, so I feel like with all the stars, you're kind of going after something. I'm getting the sense that you realized that something was holding you back. Some of you may be going back to your roots, because can you see here all the roots here? So some of you may be moving back home. Some of you may be going back to like a previous career. Some of you may be getting back to your roots, getting back to who you are. And because I feel some of you may have kind of lost yourself a little bit in a situation that you were in over here with the 6 of Swords, because it was very, very stressful. So some of you may feel out of touch with who you are and what you want in life, but I feel like that's coming back. Like you're getting that back. Earth magic. See, do you see? So this is definitely an earth card here. And then obviously this one is here too. So you're going to be very, very grounded. And I'm literally seeing things like in your mind that were causing stress. Like if you see here, there's actually swords right here. So, your 6 of Swords. So definitely there was something that was causing you anguish, stress, emotional pain, discomfort, which could have even transferred into physical pain, physical ailments. So whatever was going on, there's definitely a great sense of healing. Like I'm even getting healing in this card. And it's interesting that the little cat down here is playing with the crystals. They look very similar to the crystals in this card. So what's happening is your oh, this card is stuck. Interesting how that was stuck. I feel like you felt stuck and you're no longer stuck. Now, the other thing I was going to say is you're definitely moving into a place where you feel more comfortable. You feel more in control. And, with all the earth energy, not only is this going to be a little bit of a slower process, but Spirit is saying, don't rush things. Take your time. Make sure that you feel better. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to guide you. some of you, I'm picking up, some of you may be changing careers to go into some kind of healing arts or helping people somehow. For some of you, I'm getting that you're leaving a career and you want to go into maybe like counseling, like being a therapist or a social worker. And then it could be more of like complementary services of like Reiki, acupuncture, could even be some kind of like integrative medicine, something like that. Or some of you could be leaving a field within any of those that I just mentioned and transferring into something else. Now, it doesn't have to be any of those things. This doesn't even have to be related to career. I was just picking that up. So that's probably relevant for, at least one or two of you. So let's go ahead and see what else we have for you. And maybe more than one or two. I'm just, just saying it doesn't have to be everybody. Okay, there we go. And can we have another card, please, for group number 1? We're looking at a breakthrough in group number 1's life, a specific area in group number 1's life. Okay, there we go. Ooh, interesting. So we have, okay, wow. I'm sorry. I haven't even read you the card yet, but I'm getting so much information. Okay, so you have Mother of Fire, Shine and Rise. And it's also number 25. Ooh, there's so much going on here. Okay, so I believe this is this corresponds to the Queen of Wands. I'm pretty sure that's what this corresponds to. So, but aside from that, the first thing that I got is here we have hibernation and regeneration, and then here you have shine and rise. So it connects very well to both of these cards, but also look here. So shine, and you have the sunshine. Okay, so your life is going to light up, I feel. Things are going to get lighter for you, but there's also a spark. You're igniting some sort of spark. And I feel that's what you're doing here. I feel with the earth magic, you're getting grounded, you're getting focused, you have your energy back, you've healed. Do you see how here you're laying down and then here you get up and it's like, hey, I have my power back. So step back because I'm about to do something. Like, you have your spark for life back. You have your power back. You have your passion back. And then here you're rising. And it's interesting you have these children here. So there are actually 4 children. Okay, so there's 2, there's one right here, and then 2 down here. So what that is showing me is like all areas of your life, every direction of your life is going to be different and more fulfilling. And also there's a lot of potential for growth. There's like, this card is just burning with potential, okay? Potential in your life. There's also a sense of independence that I'm picking up with this card. Because there's a cat right here, and then you also have the cat here, and you have a cat here. So I feel like you're coming into independence somehow. And for some of you, this could be career related with the energy of this fire card. But it's definitely a new direction in your life, and I feel like it's going to pick up speed. And I'm also picking up that you're really through this process, that like this whole entire process that we see here so far, you're really kind of honing in on your intuition. So your intuition's always going to be right. It's always going to help guide you. But, all of us, I'm sure at times, maybe not every single one of you, but a lot of us have ignored our intuition, have ignored red flags. I've done that myself in the past. So I feel like your ability to pay attention to red flags is more pronounced. But more so than that, you are on point with knowing where to go and how to make things happen. Oh, and the other thing I was going to point out with these children down here, it looks like they're playing with eggs. So definitely this is another sign of a new beginning. For some of you may be taking a leap of faith, but absolutely I feel your entire life is going to be different in probably like, I'm picking up like within a year's time, but with 25, I'm picking up that It could take like up to 2 years for you to kind of really assimilate and grow into this new way of life, but it's definitely not going to take that long for you to start to make these changes. Does that make sense? But yeah, by 2 years from now, whenever you're watching this is a timeless reading. I feel like your life is entirely different. Okay, so we have the Huntress Soul Awakening number 20. I mean, this is just amazing because this is the Judgment card in the tarot. So, something woke you up, something, you saw the signs, something happened in your life to shift you out of where you were, which was very uncomfortable, which is where you were not supposed to be anymore. And you said, you know what, I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to go. And that's exactly what we have with this card. So now you're going after what you want, you're going after what you deserve, and you're going to get it. There's no stopping you. You look at these cards so far. They're very, very powerful, especially this Mother of Fire card. It's like you're giving birth to all new areas in your life. It's going to be really amazing. Now we're going to look at your tarot, and this is a different deck than this card over here. This card, the original card for your pick-a-pile, this is from the Wake Me Up tarot deck, and then your deck here is the Pulp Girls tarot deck. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 1, please? Group number 1. Okay. So you have the Emperor. Your energy is off the charts. Like, you are very, very powerful. And if you don't feel very powerful right now, you are becoming powerful. What I'm picking up is that you're creating the path to your destiny. You're creating a path for you to accomplish your dreams, to go after something that was missing in your life. And remember here with the paper that this person has, I said something about you developing a plan, you having a plan, and then moving forward with that plan. And you may not have the entire plan when you decide to move away from something. For some of you, it's going to be kind of like a flash decision, like, okay, I got to get out of here. I can't take it anymore. And you just go. And then you figure things out as you go, and you are going to be perfectly fine doing it that way. You have multiple cards showing that that is going to work for you. And then others of you are going to have a plan, like an escape plan, where you're saying, okay, I've got to get out of here. This is how I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to leave here, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to start this, this, and this, and I'm going to get my life going over here. Either way is perfectly fine in your situation. The Emperor card. There are going to be certain things that you won't know until you encounter them along the way. But Spirit says just stay grounded, okay, with the Roots here and the Earth Magic card. And your intuition, remember, your intuition is going to be on point. And I feel like you're not alone going on this journey. With all the cats here, you're definitely not alone. And then the Huntress here, the Spirit Guide up here, I feel that there is someone fiercely watching out for you on the other side. Whether that's a Spirit Guide or someone who passed on to the other side, there is someone who is like, say, remember earlier I said something about get out of my way, I'm ready, I'm back. However I said it, I feel that this guide on the other side is almost like paving the way for you, saying, nope, get out of the way, this person's coming through. So yeah, I feel like obstacles kind of disappear for you. And I'm just seeing such clarity of thought and direction and just very, very powerful energy. The Nine of Pentacles, see, this is exactly what I have been seeing, because the Nine of Pentacles is all about success, having an idea, working very, very hard to make that idea happen. And look at all the stars up here. Ooh, you're going to love where you end up. It's just, I'm getting chills all over my body. And again, do you see there's like a building back here? Some of you are moving somewhere. Some of you might be making a drastic change in career, going from, like, let's say, since I mentioned a little bit of this earlier, let's say that you had like an office job and you are just on the computer all day in a cubicle or in your office, and it just was not you. And there's nothing wrong with having that kind of job, but it just wasn't you. And this is just an example. Maybe you want that kind of job, whatever it is, right? And then so you leave that and then you just take this leap of faith and you go into some kind of healing career. But do you see the difference? That's my point here, is how different the situation is going to be where you were and where you're going. And so you can just kind of plug your own personal situation in there because it's a general reading. So it doesn't have to be work related. I'm just using that as an example because of these two cards here definitely indicate that some of you could be starting your own business, starting something new, and it's going to work out for you very, very well. Okay, but no matter what you're doing, it's going to work out for you very well. See, you have the Page of Pentacles. So this lines up exactly with what I've been talking about. You have that idea. You developed a plan here. And so I do feel like you start moving forward and you may revise your plan a little bit as you go because you're getting new information. You're getting more information as you go along. And so Spirit says that if you get confused along the way, if you feel lost along the way, go back kind of to your roots in a sense of just being grounded. And you don't have to feel grounded in your new situation to do this. Just do something that makes you feel relaxed, whether it's meditation, going for a walk, taking a salt bath, whatever it is. If you ever get confused or scared, just go back to that because you have so many grounding cards here. Like these right here are all very grounding cards. So just make sure that you stay grounded, and Spirit says you're going to be just fine. Look at that. You have the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups can be a very, very similar energy to the Six of Swords. You know, of course, there are differences, but especially in your reading, very, very similar energy going on here with these two cards. Something was no longer fulfilling for you, and it was starting to really take a toll on you, and it's time to go. So right now, if you are questioning, you know, should I stay? Should I go? Is this really as bad as I think it is? I'm seeing here that yes, it's time for you to go. And that doesn't mean that you have to leave tomorrow. You can take your time and you can develop a plan so that you feel comfortable. But yeah, it's definitely time to start thinking about removing yourself from the situation and going after something that you have passion for, or bringing a spark back into your life, because I really feel that something was sucking the energy out of your life, and Spirit says that's not okay. Changes need to be made. And also with the Huntress card, Soul Awakening, Spirit is showing me that the longer you stay in this situation, and again, it's okay to stay until you can figure out how to remove yourself from the situation, but the longer you stay here, the more complicated things could get, the more uncomfortable things could get. And what I'm seeing is that the situation that you're in or that you just left, it is not going to get better. So if you left a situation and you're wondering, oh, did I make the right decision? Absolutely, because what you are seeing was the reality of the situation and it would not get better. So if at one time it was really, really good, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, it's not going to get better. It's not going to go back to what it was, but this is a blessing in disguise for you. That's why I said unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it. But yeah, you're leaving something for something much, much better. Remember the butterfly over here. Something much better is awaiting you. And it's also giving you a sense of freedom because, you know, the caterpillar can't fly, but the butterfly can. So you're going to have a great sense of freedom. Okay, so now we have the Four of Pentacles. There's a couple things that I'm getting with this Four of Pentacles. First of all, I'm feeling like you felt stuck or tied down where you were. Something about it was very limiting. For some of you, let's just say, for instance, that you had a job where you were making really, really good money, but it was very, very stressful and it was starting to take a toll on your mental health, your physical health, your friendships, relationships. And maybe you were making a lot of money, but after work, you would just go home and lay in bed because you were so exhausted. So what kind of life is that, right? So yeah, I feel for some of you, you were weighed down by something. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing with this Four of Pentacles is that once you leave that situation, because you see these two cards together, the Eight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, once you leave this kind of, I don't want to say repressive situation, maybe for some of you it was, but it was like holding you back from your true potential, especially because we have the soul awakening up here. Once you release yourself from that, kind of cut those ties, what I see happening is you're setting these roots that we saw in this card within your new situation. So with that, I'm seeing that you're going to feel very comfortable in your new situation. You're going to feel very grounded. You're going to feel very welcomed in your new situation. And it's very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just very comfortable. The Three of Cups. Yeah, do you see? There's a celebration coming in for you. It's a new start, a new celebration. I feel there's new energies around you, new people. There's a flow. Whereas before, things may have been flowing at one point in time, but it's almost like a garden hose where the water's turned on, but there's like a crink in the hose. And so the water's not flowing. I'm feeling like that's kind of what happened with your situation when at one point in time, the water may have been flowing through that hose, but as you were dragging it across the ground, it got all crinkled up. And so that flow like stopped. And that's like what I'm seeing with your situation. So there's a flow again. There's a celebration coming up also. I feel like some of you will be celebrating walking away from this situation. Some of you will be celebrating not right away, and others of you will need a minute to kind of get your bearings and kind of compose yourself and say, okay, that's over. And then you will kind of go through maybe a grief process, but I am seeing that you come out on the other side and you will have the celebration. You will celebrate freeing yourself from whatever was holding you back over here. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, so look at all the butterflies here on the horses. I'm not sure what that's called on the horse, but yeah, all these horses, all the butterflies on the horse here. So there's no stopping you, first of all. Nothing can hold you back. Nothing. Okay. And I feel like once you get going with this process, you feel more confident. And because it's kind of like once you break free, like with this sword here, it's like I'm going to cut something out of my life. I'm going to break free. I'm going to cut the ties to something. And then it's like exhilarating. It's like, oh my gosh, what was I waiting for? And what I'm seeing with this Knight of Swords being below the Emperor is that nothing's going to get in your way of this new plan that you have or that you will have. And with this Knight of Swords, this is the clarity I was talking about that you're getting, where you're just going to instinctively know where to go next. And once you get to a certain point, I feel once you get closure on leaving the situation, now everything doesn't have to make sense, but once you get a little bit of closure where you're getting your strength back, I feel at that point things start to pick up for you and things start to fall into place fairly quickly for you. Yep, you have the Hanged One. So first of all, what I'm getting here is that you were being prevented from moving forward in this situation over here with the Six of Swords for a reason. You were not allowed to move forward in that situation because it wasn't meant for you to be long-term or longer than what it already is or was. So it's time for you to move on. Now, this is also a little bit what I was just saying, that with time, everything's going to make sense. You're going to have clarity and you're going to be moving very, very quickly. But the Hanged One is also very, very representative of what I was saying with the flower here, with your flower agate, and the butterfly here, where you're going through a process, a metamorphosis. you're going to be looking at things differently, and you're really allowing new growth in your life, like literally birthing something new in your life, and just new beginnings everywhere. You're literally on the verge of this huge transition. Well, you're already going through a transition, but this transformation is about to take shape for you. And Spirit says the way to make it easier is to kind of just go with the flow. If you fight it and you try to stay where you are, in a place that no longer serves you, with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups, that's when things are going to feel very, very uncomfortable. So Spirit says, if you can, just allow what needs to flow out of your life, allow it to flow out, and allow the new things that are meant to flow into your life. The Two of Swords, yeah, I feel like there's been delays with something in your life, or you didn't get something that you wanted, or things didn't turn out like you thought they would. And I feel like it caused a lot of confusion for you. And you definitely seem to be at a crossroads, like, okay, which way do I go? This doesn't seem to be working. Now, this is also an intuition card. Remember with, I think it was the Earth Magic, because the moon here just was standing out to me so prominently, where your intuition is going to be just completely what's the word? Not unavoidable, but like we can't ignore it, because you're going to feel like this pull, or you're going to keep getting the same signs or something like that. Now, the other thing I'm getting with the Two of Swords is kind of like a slowdown a little bit, thinking about things, evaluating things, and you will know what is the right move for you. So if you're saying, okay, well, I know I need to leave the situation, but I don't know where to go. I don't know how to get there. I don't know what to do. And there's a lot of confusion. Again, what's coming in is Spirit is saying, just take a deep breath, calm down, be very, very grounded, and, ask the universe for a sign, or, start doing research. And if you have too many options when you start looking at alternatives, that's when you want to tune into your intuition and see, how does option number A feel? How does option number B feel? Your intuition will guide you. So listen to your body, listen to your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, it's okay to wait to make a move. Okay, so remember that. Okay, so now you have the Five of Cups. Yeah, I really feel like there's a sense of regret. I was picking this up earlier. Was it the Hangman maybe? Where I was feeling, and actually I got it a little bit with the Six of Swords also, where, do you see how the Six of Swords is looking back at the situation that this person just left? That's what we have here. Looking back at a situation like, oh my gosh, should I have tried harder? Is there something else that I could have done that would have prevented the ending of the situation? Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe if this one thing didn't happen, this wouldn't have come to an end. Spirit is saying, no. Don't stay in that mind frame for too long. You can contemplate things. You can think about things like that. But what's important is that you get that clarity, you get some sort of closure and move on. Now, every single little thing doesn't have to make sense, but remember what I said earlier, that the sooner you do that, the quicker things pick up for you in a positive way with the Knight of Swords. And Spirit is showing me kind of zooming out and looking at things from the bigger picture, which you may not see yet. Some of you may see it. I'm not saying that you can't see it. Some of you are in the Five of Cups energy where you can't see anything other than what did not work out. But Spirit is showing me a zoomed out view, and what is waiting for you ahead of you on this journey is so much better. And it's what your soul deserves and what your soul wants. And it was just not possible to accomplish that where you were. So I know it could be difficult to hear that. I'm just the messenger, okay? But that's what I'm seeing here. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So everything comes together for you, and everything comes together for you much quicker when you look at things differently, when you see your situation, like the truth of the situation with the Five of Cups and the Hangman. seeing the truth of the situation allows you to move on and allows these new energies to come into your life. Do you see how you have the Three of Cups here? And I was talking about, I feel like there's new energies coming into your life. And then you have the Three of Pentacles here where things are coming together, people are coming together, situations are coming together. So for some of you, these mean you're meeting new friends. You could be moving somewhere and finding the perfect home and finding the perfect neighbors. You could be finding, just a new social group in general. You could be finding a new spiritual center, right? Where, like-minded people. It could be finding a new job, finding a new career. And if it does have something to do with a new career, what I'm seeing is that you're slowly but surely building a name for yourself, slowly but surely building something, whether it's your own business or if you're working for somebody, whatever it is, you're getting recognition for what you're doing. And I'm seeing that you will be climbing up and reaching a level of success that you had hoped for, especially with the Nine of Pentacles over here. Okay, so let's look at your last card. The King of Cups is your last card. Oh my gosh. So, okay, remember, I don't know exactly how I said this, but there was something really off balance with your situation over here. Maybe at one point in time it was very fulfilling, but I can clearly see here that it's no longer fulfilling. Where you're going, there's great fulfillment, there's emotional abundance, there's feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling very productive, creative, feeling, there's a sense of warmth here also. I feel there's something very nurturing and warm regarding the environment that you're in, the people that you're around, because the King of Cups is right here with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So whatever it is that you are seeking to change in your life, you're getting to the top, like you're at the top of your game. You're very confident, you're strong, you're healthy, you're wiser. Okay, your intuition just keeps getting better and better and better. And I feel also that you're back. You have your spark back. You have that fire back in your life. And I feel that all the success that I'm seeing here, this is just the beginning, because I'm feeling like this King of Cups here is looking toward the future, saying, okay, I've made it this far. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling stable. I'm confident. What's next? So this is just the beginning. There's like another transformation I feel that comes in after you get to this point. So that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the pink opal, and your card is the Queen of Wands. So this is a really, really positive card. I'm feeling like there's something you're really, really passionate about, and Spirit is showing me that you're going to have great success with this, so much so that you could go viral with something. So if you notice all the phones around the Queen, so if you have a business or anything like that on social media, a post that you make could go viral, a product that you have could go viral, whether or not you're on social media. Something that you're doing is going viral. So that can mean it's literally going viral, or that it catches and it starts to pick up speed. So let's say that if you have your own business and you have, products, or you have a service, what I'm picking up here, if it's not going viral, then it's like word of mouth is picking up. So your business is going to start picking up. If you work for a company or something like that, I feel you're getting recognition, possibly a promotion. Something is taking off for you. Now, this doesn't have to do with work, although it definitely could have something to do with work. So basically the energy that I'm getting is there's passion about something, there's confidence, being bold, being very determined to reach a goal, and then being very, very happy when you do reach that goal. So definitely there's a successful outcome. There's like improvements with a situation. There's good news coming in. I'm feeling like your energy is very healthy, very strong. So it could be something that was really confusing is being straightened out. There's definitely success with some area in your life here. So like I said, it doesn't have to do with work. It doesn't have to do with going viral. The important thing to take away from this card is there's great success. There's some sort of accomplishment, and look at how happy you're going to be. Okay, so that's like the main thing to take away. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Okay, I feel like it's these 2 cards. Sun and stars. Doesn't this make sense? I mean, look at that. Because it looks like you kind of have, you know, it looks, I mean, obviously these are flames coming off the wand here, but you see how it's like bright right here and right here, and then you have the sunshine right here. So what that's telling me with the placement of being right above the head here and right, you know, close to the head, there's something going on, I feel, with an idea that you had or an idea that you have, and you're going to be really successful for this. Or with this. And it's kind of like you had this vision and you're bringing this vision to life. So you're reaching for the stars and you're getting the stars. And I feel like you're also listening to your intuition about this idea. Something is telling you to pursue this or to go in this particular direction. And you're going to be very successful, very, very successful. I feel like it's going to bring you a level of success that either will give you a sense of independence or it will lead you on a road to independence. So this could be a stepping stone for you, or this could be getting to the top, right? So it could be like a very, very successful moment in your path that kind of launches you forward, but then you're still on the trajectory path upward. Or it could just be launching you all the way up on top. So it just depends where you are in your journey here. But I am picking up for all of you that the journey doesn't end here, no matter how far up you go, because there's always going to be the next level of success, the next goal to hit. But yeah, you're definitely hitting a pretty significant goal. Yeah, something that you had your sights on. You were like visualizing this moment and you're getting it. Oh my gosh, you have accept love. So more what I'm picking up with this card is this is how happy you're going to be when this happens. And also with accept love, what I'm also picking up is like, look at all the hearts. So remember with the very first card, your Queen of Wands, how I was picking up that something could go viral. And I'm sure probably most of us know that you can heart things on social media, and look at all the hearts here. So I feel like you will be receiving so much love, so much recognition for something that you are about to accomplish. So there could have been a time with this situation where things were really slow and you were wondering, did I make the right decision? Am I on the right path? Do I need to change anything? What's going on? Because, you know, we're talking about a breakthrough in an area in your life, and we are seeing a breakthrough here, especially, I mean, actually both of these cards, but especially with this accept love card. So if things have been slow and you're wondering, should I give up on this? Spirit is saying no, because what you're looking for, look at how close it is. And I feel with the telescope here, it was looking so far off that you were wondering if it was going to happen. And then just like that, something changes and you're getting all of the love, all of the recognition that you were hoping for. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? A breakthrough in an area, of Group number 2 is life. Okay, so I saw this one, and then this one wanted to come out. So you'll have 3 cards from this deck. Let's see this one. You might have seen this one. I actually did not see what this one is. Let's see. Oh, wow. So you have Mother of Earth, fertile ground. It's number 40. And I believe this corresponds to the Queen of Pentacles. So isn't that interesting how you have the Queen of Wands here and then the Mother of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles here? Very interesting. So whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to bring in money for you. Okay. And it's also bringing in a sense of stability. And the other thing I'm picking up with this card, it's like a new beginning on your path with this thing that you're very passionate about. Oh yeah, and I just put this together. Hold on, I'll come back to this card in a minute. But sun and stars. So star, like you could be becoming a star in your field, in something that you've been trying to gain recognition for. So yeah, definitely there could be stardom in your future. Okay, so back to this card. So there's definitely money coming in for you, and I feel like it's a long time coming. I feel like you're very, very deserving of this. And also look up here with all the rose bushes and the roses blooming up here. And also this child here with wings. I mean, they both have wings. But again, just like I noticed with your first 2 cards, right above like your thought process, right above your brain, you have all of this energy, all of this growth that's coming out here. So it's like the seeds that you planted from this idea that you had, from this vision that you had, and those are coming to fruition. Those are starting to blossom. Those are starting to bloom. And I feel with the 2 children here, there's 2 things going on. Money's coming in, but it's coming in through that recognition that we're seeing with your first card. And also number 40 is showing me that you're about to begin a new cycle. And this cycle, it has a lot of growth. Let me look at all the beautiful plants and things growing in this card. Okay, oh, look at that. So you have Mother God, miracles in motion, and it's number 42. Wow. So this card, wow, this is so powerful, because what this card means is that everything is possible. And you have the peacock. Wow. Miracles in motion. I am just taking in the energy from this card. This is so powerful. And that explains why you're so happy in this card, because I just keep picking up that some of you were about to give up on something because it was taking too long, or you felt like maybe you wouldn't be recognized for something. Spirit is saying, don't give up on this. It's going to work out, and it could work out even better than you thought. Because there's something about number 40 and then 42. So 40, you have fertile ground. So I feel like you have set the groundwork, you've set the framework for success. So Spirit is saying, keep doing this, because fairly soon you will see miracles in motion. The other thing that's interesting, so miracles in motion, so there's activity, there's movement in this card. There's movement in this card with the cell phones here, because it kind of, to me, it feels like the cell phones are kind of moving around this person, this Queen of Wands. And then look at the hearts here. So there's movement. And also, like, these hearts are reminding me of if you've ever been on like a live and you see the hearts, like if you press the heart, they float up into the screen. That's what I'm picturing with this card here. So there is something about 40 and 42. I'm hearing 2 months. So it could be you're going to see this significant progress within 2 months of watching this reading. Yeah. I feel like there's something else trying to come through here, but it's not coming through yet. So let's go ahead and move on. Oh, maybe that's what it is. All the planets are aligning for you. Everything's coming together for you, for this success. So if you're wondering, have I done everything I need to do? Is there anything else I could do differently? Spirit is showing me that you have done everything very, very well, and that hard work is going to pay off. So Spirit says keep visualizing this success, keep working hard. The Mother of Earth card, this is a long process, and so that's probably why I was feeling like, you know, like you're very deserving of this, and you know that, and that's why you're like confused, like, why is it taking so long? Well, it's taking so long because everything needed to line up for you. But once everything is aligned, I feel things happen very, very quickly. And then we have the Patriarch, Unapologetic, number 4. Wow! Oh my gosh. This corresponds to the Emperor card in the tarot deck. So once again, I'm seeing that you have done everything that you could. You have put in so much energy, so much effort into this whole process. I feel like you've been patient, and maybe you haven't been patient every single day, which, you know, I understand, Spirit understands, but everything's coming into motion for you. Everything's coming together for you. So yeah, just stay patient. Look at these cards. Oh my gosh. You started with the Queen of Wands, and you have Mother Earth, Mother God, and the Patriarch. These are very, very powerful cards. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Oh, thank you. We're looking at a breakthrough in an area of group number 2's life. Okay, we need those. Thank you. And what else, please? What else do you want to say for group number 2? Group number 2, please. Oh, there we go. Okay. I can always feel when the cards are ready, and I didn't feel it yet, although we got these 2 cards. Okay, so your first card, the Hermit card, number 9. See, this is how I was feeling this energy, where it's like, okay, when is my breakthrough? When is it going to happen? And it's kind of like, I'm ready. When is the universe going to be ready for me? So the important thing to know, number 9, that is showing that you're at the end of a cycle and a new cycle is going to begin. Remember, I pointed that out with number 40. You're at the end of a cycle. So patience is critical right now. Spirit says this is not the time to give up. Okay, keep doing what you're doing. Now, with the Hermit card, there could be an idea that you have, or changing something in the slightest little bit that will just hit and go viral. Or where if you have, let's say you have a presentation at work and something about the way you word things, somebody's really going to see that and say, wow, that's the person we want for this promotion. You know, something like that. And it doesn't have to do with work, although I'm picking up that you have something in motion here, something that's going to bring you money and a lot of growth, and you're going to love, love, love where you end up once things get into motion for you. So this is coming to an end for you. This will not last much longer. Wow, now you have the World card. Do you see how this is so lining up with the Hermit and the Mother of Earth here, the Mother of Pentacles? This is literally confirmation for what I just said. You are literally about to step into a new cycle. You see this person has one foot on the, I think is that a snake? It looks like one of the circular snakes that's eating its tail. I forget what that's called. So you're actually stepping right here, and you're about to come over onto the other side. And look at how happy this person is. Look, it's the same energy as the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, oh my gosh, there's like relief, saying, oh, I finally made it. I'm finally being recognized. I can finally move on from where I've been. I don't have to be so stressed out anymore. Of course, you may have a different level of stress, in the sense where now that you've made it to this point, now there's other goals to reach. but it's like a good stress. It's a different stress than what you had with this Hermit card, where you were just like, okay, I'm ready. Where's what I'm waiting for? And see how the Hermit card lines up with the sun and stars. It's like you're very, very positive. You're waiting for something. You know it's going to happen. But then there's a little bit of doubt in there. Like, well, is it going to happen because it's taking so long? No, it's going to happen. Look at how she has the wand right here, kind of like a magic wand making things happen. And I feel that's the energy that you're carrying right now. The Five of Swords, this makes a lot of sense because this is showing that contemplation, that little bit of doubt that you had, because look at this bird right here kind of crowing into this person's mind. I feel like this was your ego. This was your fear here saying, hey, I don't know if your idea is going to work. Well, actually it'd be like, hey, I don't know if my idea is going to work. Am I going to be successful? I don't know. And kind of like this circular thought process of, oh no, did I make a mistake? Should I have not done this? And did I waste all this time? This is coming to an end. You're going to see that this was just your ego talking to you, or your self-doubt, or whatever it is that this represents for you. You're going to see that this was just, that little voice that we all have in the back of our minds. And sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's really, really quiet. But I think most people have had that at some point in our lives where it's like, wait a minute, I thought I was on the right path. Is this going to work out? This is going to be a thing of the past. You're going to be like, in the future, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was so doubtful if this was actually going to work for me. No, it's going to work. The Tower card, yeah, because this is your big breakthrough. This is a breakthrough. This particular Tower card is very, very interesting because you have all of the butterflies right here, 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 and here. So what I'm seeing with this is like that viral moment. And again, it doesn't have to be viral, but you can think of that metaphorically. If you have nothing to do with like social media or anything like that, it's getting recognition for all of your hard work, all of the hard work that you've put in. I feel someone is watching you, not in a creepy way, but it could be the universe watching you, kind of directing you on this path, saying, okay, do this, go here. And that's when the breakthrough is going to happen. Or someone has been paying attention to what you're doing. And so like literally someone could be paying attention to you and seeing what you're doing and saying, you know what, that's the person I want for this job, or I want to hire that person, or I want to promote that person, or something like that. There's a breakthrough coming in for you. All of the hard work that you've done, it's not going to be for nothing. And if your resources are dwindling because you're waiting so long, look at this Tower card is below the fertile ground, and there's literally coins right here. So you're going to have a breakthrough financially as well. I mean, that could be what's going on here with the Five of Swords. You could be at a crossroads saying, okay, I can't keep this up much longer because my finances, my savings are running out. I can't keep waiting for money to come in. You're going to have a breakthrough, and it's going to change everything for the better. Oh my gosh. Now you have the Queen of Pentacles right after. Isn't this literally what I was talking about with the Tower card? So if you don't know what the Queen of Pentacles means, this is the same card here, the Mother Earth. This does correspond to the Queen of Pentacles. So at least I believe it does in this deck, but it's in this reading, it definitely corresponds to the Queen of Pentacles. And now you have the literal Queen of Pentacles in the tarot deck. Now let's look at this. So you have the Mother of Earth here, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And then you have the Tower card. So the Queen of Pentacles is literally right here. So you have two Queen of Pentacles touching the Tower card. And then the other cards that are, well, this one isn't really, yeah, this one is touching the Tower card. Sorry, I was confusing myself. And then you have, because I was about to talk about this card here, Accept Love. And this is, that going viral, getting recognition. This one is not touching the Tower card. However, what it is touching is the Five of Swords, which was that doubt. So do you see what's happening here? Your self-doubt is being transformed into success, and where you can see the success, because look at the difference between these two cards. This is when you were doubtful that it was going to happen, and this is when it happens. Do you see the difference here? So here with the Queen of Pentacles, you're actually holding on to what you've been trying to accomplish. So there's a big breakthrough coming in for you. Again, finances, I'm feeling some of you are getting a raise. Some of you are getting, having like a huge sale. So let's say, for instance, like if you have a product and you're trying to break through, you could be getting a sale or getting into with like a huge department store or, something like that. It doesn't literally have to be that. A raise. Some of you could have your own business and you're finally getting, hitting your sales goals and things like that. And it's just going to increase from here. So you're definitely feeling grounded. And also this Queen of Pentacles is right below miracles in motion. So you're seeing things moving finally. With the Hermit card, things weren't moving. Things are definitely moving now. The Queen of Swords, look at all these queens you have. Wow, lots of queens. Okay, so here, what I'm seeing is that you have clarity. The Five of Swords, you didn't have clarity and you were doubting yourself, you were doubting your situation. Here, you're on top. You've reached, like you've gotten up above, and you're saying, wow, I actually did it. You've climbed, you put in so much effort, so much hard work, and you got there, okay? And so here, you've cut through the problems. You were able to work through any limitations that you had. So I feel that at this point with the Queen of Swords, you're taking it all in. Especially because this particular Queen of Swords looks like she's kind of up in the air, kind of like on top of a mountain is how I'm picturing it, where you've reached your goal here with the Queen of Swords, obviously with the Queen of Pentacles as well, but you're looking at things differently. It's like, oh my gosh, I actually did accomplish my goal, because I was kind of wondering about that for a while. And so I feel that there's kind of a slowdown within yourself, like internally, like mentally for a minute, but in a positive way, where you're taking it all in, you're analyzing things, and you're coming to terms with the fact that you are successful, that you can be successful, and that you can take this success further. So it's kind of like, okay, where do I go from here? Especially because it's right below the Patriarch card, which, like I said, this corresponds to the Emperor card. So it's kind of like, okay, yeah, let me expand my horizons and see how far I can take this. The Sun card, look at how positive that is. And I feel like this is you here saying, oh my gosh, it finally happened. And I just feel like you want to run outside and literally dance around in the sun and just like a breath of fresh air. It's like, oh my gosh, it finally happened. And look at the sun. Do you see this energy coming right down, kind of beaming down toward the brain, toward the crown chakra, where that idea that you have or had, it's like gold, and it brings you everything that you've wanted in your life. If you have any doubts if this is going to work for you, look at this card. And look at your very first card, the Queen of Wands. Do you see how... And also look at the sunflowers on her top here. It looks like sunflowers, right? So sunflowers and sun. It's like there's no stopping the success that's coming in for you. It's going to be such a relief, such a huge, huge relief for you. Yep, you have the Justice card. There's a lot of balance, because look at this card. So if we look at it like this, so I feel this is kind of your energy with the Hermit card, where it's like, oh no, is this going to happen? Did I just waste a lot of time? But this is your energy when it happens. You're so happy, you feel so fulfilled. It's just like you can breathe again. I feel like a weight is lifted off of your shoulders. So with the Justice card, some of you are going to be signing a contract, which definitely goes along with what I was saying. So some of you might have like a sponsor for, you know, like again, if you're on social media, you may have someone who's sponsoring you, some sort of partnership. You may have a contract with, like I said, remember before I mentioned that you might be selling your product to like a big department store, a big company. Maybe you're selling an idea, I just saw a flash of a screenplay. So some of you could be in the entertainment field and you're selling a screenplay. Some of you are getting a huge role because of this going viral and being recognized for your hard work. Some of you are signing a new contract, getting a promotion at your current job. Some of you are signing a lease for your business. Whatever it is, it's working out in your favor. I mean, definitely, if you are signing a contract, make sure you read everything, check the fine print, and if you need to make any adjustments or any addendums to that contract, I feel that it's going to be in your favor, and trying to get those addendums or refinements in that contract, I feel like it's very positive for you to actually make that happen. All right, so we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, because this is right below the Five of Swords. And look at how this heart is just being ripped apart, okay? Because I feel that is exactly how you felt, and maybe you feel like this right now with having to walk away from this situation, this idea that you have. It would literally break your heart, I feel. And I feel like this lack of recognition, it's just like, I feel there's days when you just want to give up. I feel there's days when you don't want to get out of bed. And when you do have to get out of bed, you're kind of resentful. Like, why do I have to get out of bed? I didn't reach the goal that I wanted to reach yet. And I just want to stay in bed and do nothing and just sleep. But look at the difference. I want to show you the difference here between, if I can get this card out, there we go. Look at the difference. Do you see what I'm talking about here? It's not even night and day. I mean, the difference is so massive. I don't even know how to put it into words. I feel like these really, just looking at this visual puts it into words for you. Huge, massive change is coming in for you. Huge. Okay, what else do we have? The Knight of Cups. Do you see what I'm saying? The Knight of Cups, what you want is coming towards you. There's movement with this Knight of Cups. There's movement. Remember we talked about movement in the very beginning? What you want is coming towards you. You're receiving some sort of gift, because I would call this, in a sense, a gift. Like the universe is gifting you exactly what you have wanted. It's not just what you want though. You have put in the work and you're going to be rewarded for it. So Spirit says, keep going after what you want, because it's going to happen. You're going to be rewarded. And not just that, but look at where it's landing. This Knight of Cups is right below the Tower card. Remember I told you this Tower is that breakthrough, that transformation. The Tower in this particular reading is very, very positive for you. The Six of Wands, this is a success card, but not just that. If you look at this card, if you're not familiar with this deck, look here. Do you see these are all hands down here? So this is like a stage. This is an audience here. There's spotlights. And remember I just said a minute ago, some of you, I'm seeing, like I literally saw handing over like a screenplay to somebody and signing a contract for that. But that can be literal, but that can also be metaphorical, that some of you are in the entertainment industry on one level or another, and you're getting that recognition. Some of you could be actors on like the stage. Some of you could be actors in film, you know, any kind of production like that. Whatever it is, this card, along with this particular Queen of Wands, just goes so hand in hand with a victory, getting that recognition. And this can also mean that you're getting a promotion, that your boss at work is finally paying attention to all that hard work that you've been putting in. It doesn't have to be, something in the entertainment field. It's just because I literally saw that in my mind, so you can just kind of plug in your own situation into that if that's more of like a metaphorical sign for you. Let's see what your last card is. Yeah, this makes so much sense. You have the Eight of Cups for your last card. Let's look at this. So you start with the Hermit here, feeling a little bit lost, feeling a little bit confused. Why hasn't this happened yet? Where's my breakthrough? And then the Eight of Cups, that's exactly what you're walking away from here with the Eight of Cups. You're walking away from the Hermit card, you're walking away from the Five of Swords and the Three of Swords here. That worry is leaving you. You're leaving a situation behind, and in your case, it's like a cycle. It's like that at the end of that cycle, because remember I pointed out you have number 9, which is where you're at the end of a cycle. Number 40 is the beginning of that new cycle. And then the World card, where you're in between both of them. And you literally are. If you look at these two cards, the World is in between both of them. So you're here with the Eight of Cups. You're leaving that in-between phase. You're moving forward. And look, here's the sun again. Remember all the sun, the light that we saw coming through. And it's a brighter day. You're no longer worried. Your finances are much, much better. Your stability is much, much better. Your name is out there. Your hard work was not for nothing. It's paying off. It's all working out for you. So that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it gave you some good insight. I hope it gave you that push to keep going. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Zebra Jasper, and your card is the Hangman, and it's number 12. The energy that I'm feeling here, it definitely feels like you've been waiting for something to happen, or you've been confused about something. And I think that you are getting clarity on something, and what you've been waiting for to happen, I feel that is going to happen for you. And I feel also that there's divine timing at play here, because this picture right here, sometimes I see an hourglass. So that's showing me divine timing. I also see a cup. So there's divine timing with a situation that will bring you great happiness and like a new beginning. And then if I look at it a different way, I see two people looking at each other. So you will be looking at the answer to your problems. You will be looking at the progress that you were waiting for. Whatever it is, this breakthrough, that's what you're going to be looking at here. And then we have the tree here with all the roots right here. So I feel like you're going to be setting roots with something or somewhere. And yeah, there's no possible way to rush this process. If you try to rush the process, I feel it will just bring you feelings of even more anxiety, because you would be working, like trying to push things through, and then it's not working. So there's more frustration because of that. So yeah, there's divine timing, but there's change also, because right here, I don't know if you could quite make that out, but there's a butterfly right there. So you're in a transitionary period. It's just a matter of time before you break through that cocoon as the butterfly, obviously, metaphorically speaking. But yeah, there's a delay with future success. That's what I'm feeling here. So things are going to make sense for you. And I feel that you're going to have a different perspective fairly soon regarding your situation and regarding like why things took so long. So the actual like divine timing element of this, that might make sense, where you say, oh my gosh, yeah, if I would have, had an opportunity before, it wouldn't have been as good as this opportunity that's coming in, something like that. All right, what else can you tell us? I feel, are these your 2 cards right here? Okay, you have 3, so we're going to take those. Meditation for peace and serenity. Yeah, I feel like this is exactly what you should be doing right now, is just, taking a deep breath and knowing that things are going to change for you. So here, this person is actually underneath the water, is in the water, not underneath the water, but in the water. So this, the water's in motion, right? The water is constantly moving. So I feel like there's going to be a wave that comes in and sweeps you to exactly where you're supposed to be. So like I said, you can't rush this process. It's just like the waves, right? You can't tell the waves come in faster or slow down. The waves are going to go as the waves want to go with, the gravitational pull of the moon and all of that scientific stuff. And I feel that it's a very similar situation in your case, where things are coming together, but there's literally nothing you can do to rush the process. So in the meantime, Spirit says, know that things are coming in for you, know that things are going to change for you, and just keep working on whatever this is. Keep visualizing, keep, if it's something that you're actually working toward, keep working toward that, because it's going to pay off for you. Everything's going to work out in your favor. Okay, this is interesting that you have meditation for peace and serenity, then you have meditation to dig deep. And then the Hangman can also, be meditation. So are you meditating, or do you need to meditate? What exactly is, the particular meaning for you with this card in the meditation? Is there something that you're missing from the situation? Because your first 3 cards can definitely talk about shifting your focus, seeing things differently, seeing what's there versus what's not there. Because what Spirit is showing me is that there's an answer. It's like beneath the surface, which it's so interesting because the Hangman, getting a different perspective. This person is in the water, so below the surface. And then here, the dog is digging in the soil. So again, we have beneath the surface. So I feel like there's an answer. If you're looking for an answer for something, I feel like it's just below your conscious, right? It's just below. And so digging a little bit, doing more research, or clearing your mind, like we have with this card, to allow those answers to float to the surface, that could be something that will really, really help you with your situation. But yeah, it's definitely like cleansing your mind, staying calm, staying grounded. And I feel those answers are going to just kind of pop up, and you're going to figure out exactly what you need. Yeah, look, now you have change and progress. So do you see what the universe is trying to tell you? That in order to have change and progress and a breakthrough, which is our topic today, right? A breakthrough in an area of your life. In order to have that, the answer lies within calming your mind, looking at things differently. A solution is literally like right there. You see how close this person is to the surface? It's like right there. And there's also something about this dog kind of waiting for you to come up to the surface. I feel like this is what you're looking for, and you're like that close to it. It's so close. And then here, this dog isn't that far in the soil, right? And so I just feel like there's an answer like on the tip of your tongue, and it's going to bring in this change and progress. So some of you, I feel some of you afraid of change? But in order to make progress, you need change. So I'm so curious. There's a breakthrough coming in regarding the change that you want. So maybe you want change, but you don't know how to achieve change. But look at all the sparkles right here. Things are coming together for you, and there's going to be a way forward, a new path that's opening up in your life. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? Thank you. What else can you, oh, is it that card right there, I feel? Okay. Altar of Fire, good juju, number 22. Wow. Look at that number 22. I love that for you. And look at this person here holding all of this in their hand. So I feel here you're getting the answers to what you're looking for. You're getting the answers for your movement forward. You're figuring out what it is that you need to accomplish your dreams, to get out of a sticky situation. And it's, if you've been feeling like here, I feel there's a sense of like restlessness that almost turned into hopelessness, or kind of hovering between the two. A feeling of maybe I should just give up. And Spirit is saying that you will be divinely inspired. So the altars in this deck, these correspond to the aces. So this is the Ace of Wands. So you're getting that spark, you're getting that idea, what you need to move forward. And it's going to be a brilliant idea, a brilliant step forward. It's this enlightenment, because here, with the light bulb here, can you see that? There's a light bulb right here. It's like that light bulb moment. And that's exactly what I'm getting here with the Altar of Fire. Something that is sparking your interest, something that is sparking your intuition. This is the answer that you need. This is that breakthrough that you need. Root of Fire, Risk It All, number 23. Okay, I'm getting a lot here. First of all, number 22. And then number 23. So this is the ace, and the root in this deck, the roots equal pages. So here you have the idea with the Altar of Fire. You have this new beginning. And then here, it's like you're visualizing how to move forward with this particular thing. And something is literally going to take root, and you're going to move forward with it. Because the other thing that I'm getting here with Risk It All is the Fool card. I'm really picking up Fool energy here. And I feel like, and also Change and Progress could definitely correspond to that Fool energy that I'm feeling as well. I feel like you want to move forward, but you either don't know how, or you've been waiting for a sign, or you've been waiting for an opportunity, you've been waiting for something to happen, and I'm seeing that it's happening here. It's just a matter of time. Like I said, it does have something to do with divine timing, especially because I picked that up here with the hourglass, and then you have number 22 here. But I feel that things move quickly for you once you get moving. And I feel this has something to do with something that you're very passionate about, something that's in your heart, something that will make you feel fulfilled, something that you will love having in your life, or that you will love doing, especially with meditation to dig deep. You know, this is making me feel like gardening. Most people who have a garden in their home, they find that, or outside of their home, right? But, you know, within their home, it's like very peaceful, very grounding. They love gardening, the people who garden, right? So I feel like you're going to love, love, love where you end up. You have so much passion for whatever this is, and you're going to see movement with it. What else can you tell us for group number 3, please? We're looking at a breakthrough in an area of group number 3's life. Thank you. And then these two. Thank you. What else did you want to say? Okay. Thank you. What else, please? Okay, there we go. So let's see what we have here first. And let's do it like that. Okay. The Six of Pentacles, what you're looking for will find you, because I feel right now that you're searching and searching and you're not receiving what you want. That's going to change. Because if you see this person here is just waiting like, okay, where's mine? Because this person is getting everything. But this person also has the scales of justice. So things are going to balance out for you. I feel this is that breakthrough that's happening here. Some of you may have seen other people having their breakthroughs and you're like, well, where's my breakthrough? I want to have success too. I want to feel happy too. And that is going to happen for you. It's just a matter of time. It literally, everything I feel has almost entirely lined up for you. It's just getting over that one little barrier and then things will happen for you. Yeah, now you have the Queen of Pentacles. It definitely feels like you're building something, you're wanting something to be very fruitful, and it hasn't been fruitful for you yet, but it will be. There's a lot of success, there's a lot of activity that's coming in, but with this Queen of Pentacles, I can see that this is a longer process for you for one reason or another. But Spirit says don't give up, because everything's going to come together for you. Now, for some of you, you could be waiting for money to come through with something, because you have the Six of Pentacles, which, you know, obviously with all the pentacles here, could definitely have something to do with money. It could be also that you were like passed up for something. It could have been a promotion or something like that, where let's say, for instance, that you thought you had a particular job or a particular promotion within your company, or you interviewed somewhere else and you thought that you had that job, and then all of a sudden you didn't get it and you were like, wait a minute, I was up for that promotion, or wait a minute, I went to the interview and they loved me and I loved them and I didn't get the job. What happened? Well, it could have been divine intervention. Because let's say you got passed up for a promotion at your job. And then, you know, next thing you know, a month later, all of a sudden they're adding a new department within the company and they think that you would be great to run that department. And it turns out even better than what it would have been if you would have taken that, if you would have been offered that first promotion. So yeah, there's something that's taking a little bit of time here, and it doesn't have to do with career, although it definitely could, given all these pentacles that I'm seeing. But it's like you have a lot of passion for whatever this is, and your time is coming. You just need to be patient. And the Spirit said, and believe that it is possible, that it will happen. Oh, interesting. So you have the Page of Swords, and what I saw, the first thing I saw was there's a little bit of tricky energy going on with the situation, where it's kind of like something isn't what it appears to be. And I believe that is what I just told you about saying, well, why didn't I get that promotion? Like, I was the best person for that. Why did, you know, like, I've been working so hard at this company. Why did they pass me up? And you're feeling like, oh my gosh, why did I devote all my time and my effort? And you're feeling very discouraged, but things aren't what they appear, because there seems to be some kind of silver lining to your situation. There's a reason why things are taking longer than you would have hoped for, because this other opportunity is on its way in. There's something where things are turning out better than they would have if things would have come together quicker for you. And I know that's, you know, it could be the most annoying thing to hear, because you just want to get moving with things, but you are going to see that movement very, very soon. You're going to have clarity very soon, and you're going to know exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there. I mean, you probably already know where you're going or where you want to go, but you're going to know how you're going to get there with this change in progress card. The Page of Pentacles, there is definitely a new opportunity that's coming in for you, something that you're going to examine and see if that's what you want. See if this is what you've been looking for. And Spirit is saying that it's very, very important with the Page of Pentacles for you to know that things are taking shape behind the scenes. You just can't see it yet. But pretty soon, you're going to actually see it. You're going to be able to say, okay, here it is. This is what I've been looking for. Same thing here with the Ace of Wands, where do you see the hand holding all of this here? And then here, the page is holding the pentacle. So pretty soon it's going to be like in your hand, either literally or metaphorically speaking, because I'm seeing some of you will literally be holding a contract in your hand that you're going to be signing. The Chariot card, yeah, you see how we're seeing movement here? There's a lot of movement that's happening in your life. So this movement, it's literally coming toward you, and it's bringing that change and progress. And not just that, but another thing that's really prominent, which I didn't talk about earlier, I could have, but I don't know why I didn't, but it's coming up now, which is perfect with the Chariot card. So here you have the Hangman. So this is number 12. So what happens right after number 12 is the Death card. So remember you have the butterfly right here. So you're in that cocoon and things are transforming. But for us on the outside of the cocoon, we can't see what's going on inside the cocoon. And so I feel like that's what's going on in your situation, where you're about to go through this death and rebirth process, just like the butterfly that we see on this card. Everything is so interconnected with your situation. I feel there could be other people, places, things, or situations that are connected to your movement. And that could be why it's a little bit tricky for you to see the movement, but also the timing seems to be a little bit tricky because there are multiple things involved here. Kind of like here, how we have the chariot, the two horses, and the person in the chariot, and there's movement. So what this is showing me, along with your Hangman card, is that everything is coming together. There's going to be like this collision of you and this thing that is needed to kind of turn that key and to open that door for you. The King of Swords, yeah. So do you see how we go from the Page of Swords to the King of Swords? So remember I said there's a little bit of a tricky energy with the Page of Swords with the situation and not seeing things clearly and everything kind of coming together. So here with the King of Swords, also there's butterflies on this card, okay? See how these butterflies, and the King of Swords does indicate itself, it indicates a transformation. Working through problems, getting clarity on things, cutting through anything that was holding you back from getting to where you want to go. So you're definitely getting clarity. You're getting the answers that you need. And this King of Swords could also represent that person, place, thing, situation that I was seeing that needs to happen in order to get you moving. It's somebody could be a decision maker, like in the case of where I said maybe you were passed up for a promotion. This could be like your boss. This could be a lender if you need a loan for something, especially with the Six of Pentacles. If you're wanting a loan to start a business and you're just sitting here waiting, trying to see if you're going to get that loan, what I'm seeing with the King of Swords is if this is like a person or an entity that you're waiting for like an answer from, I feel that you're getting an answer, and I feel that this person, place, or entity is like looking at you in a favorable light and will give you the green light to move forward with something. And I feel like everything is coming together for you to move forward. Like you have new beginnings all over, all over this reading. A lot of new things, new energy, having a fire, regarding this passion that you have for something, and everything coming together. So for some of you, it could be that you have so many details going on that you need to narrow it down. So maybe it's like multiple options for your situation. Maybe, let's just say, for instance, that you want to move somewhere and you have 10 different places you could move and you're feeling overwhelmed. Like, I don't know how to pick. They all look good. So Spirit is saying with the root of fire, to kind of do some research and gather some information if that's, what's going on in your particular case. But yeah, with risk it all, remember I was feeling this risk it all is giving me the energy of the Fool card. So soon you will have the opportunity to just spread your wings and fly, kind of like the Chariot is doing right here. So we have the Five of Wands. So everything is going to make sense for you. Any roadblocks that you're feeling right now, any confusion that you're feeling, any delays, anything that's not in motion, that's not moving, there's a reason for that. There's a very, very specific reason for that. But everything's coming together for you. If there's like a missing link regarding something, I'm seeing like a spark. I'm seeing like literally a light bulb going off and you're saying, oh my gosh, I have the answer. And then it's like you're researching something, because I'm seeing somebody typing into the computer after they say that, which it could also be your phone, and saying, oh my gosh, I have this great idea, and then typing it in, and then it's like all this information is coming up and it's like, oh my gosh. And you're seeing like the information that you needed within like an article or something, like a website or something like that. And it's like this divine flash of inspiration that's coming in, and everything starts flowing much better with this Five of Wands. And it's also whatever this flash of an idea, or somebody saying something to you, saying, yes, we are opening this new department, so I'm sorry that we didn't give you that promotion, but we would like to have you run this department. That could be what's going on with this King of Swords. And so with the Five of Wands in that particular case, think about that metaphorically, unless that's your literal situation. You're going from feeling confused with the Hangman here, thinking, well, why did they pass me up? I thought they liked me and I thought I was doing such a good job, to them saying that to you. And then with the Five of Wands, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes so much sense now. So I see that's what's happening in your particular case. Yeah, now you have the Ace of Swords. So it's interesting because here with the Altar of Fire, this is the Ace of Wands, and then the root of fire, this is the Page of Wands. So you have the Ace and the Page, and then here you have the Ace and the Page of Swords. So very interesting. You're definitely getting clarity. You're getting a new opportunity. And with this Ace and the crown on the sword here, and then you have the King of Swords here. This king has a crown on. So do you see how things are coming together? There's information. There's someone saying something to you, someone offering something to you, you figuring something out, getting clarity on something happening out of the blue. Like, remember how I was saying that light bulb moment with your light bulb over here? That's what's happening here. And you're cutting through that confusion, through that mental block or literal roadblock that you had, whatever it is in your particular situation. You're seeing things clear as day, and you have the way forward. You're moving forward. You're saying yes to something. Some of you are signing a contract. Some of you are packing up your bags and moving somewhere. You figured out how to get there. Some of you are getting a loan. Some of you are signing paperwork for a lease on a new building for your business that you're going to start. Whatever it is, this is the breakthrough right here with this Ace of Swords. I mean, I'm seeing it all throughout your reading, but this is a really good visual representation because the hand is coming out of the fog, out of the clouds here. So for some of you, it could be a little bit unexpected in the way that it shows up, in who presents it to you, in how you find the information. whatever it is regarding your situation, because it's going to be a little bit different because it's a general reading. The Nine of Cups, your wish is going to come true. This is showing the results of the breakthrough that you had with the Ace of Swords. This is the result. And do you notice that there are butterflies here as well? These butterflies are very, very important to you. You've seen that all throughout your reading, including your very, very first card here. So there's a huge transformation. You're going to feel lighter. You're also feeling like you're seeing things clearly. You're seeing things from that different perspective, from kind of like a higher perspective where you're like, now I get it. Now I know why that one thing didn't work out, because this is a much better position for me. There's a lot of healing here. And what you're seeking, you're getting it, because this person is literally sitting on this mushroom, and certain mushrooms can be so healing and so healthy. So whatever it is that you want, you're literally sitting within that passion that you have, right? So if you had a passion for starting your own business, let's just say, with these two passion cards up here, you're literally sitting within that. So your dream is coming true here. It's whatever it is, it's something that is pulling you toward it. And I feel that's why you feel so confused. Like, why isn't this happening? Like, I feel like this is my destiny. This is where I'm supposed to be going. But why isn't anything happening? So everything's going to come together. Everything's going to make sense for you. The Devil card. So there's a couple things going on here. I feel part of what this card is talking about is the fact that you're starting out with the Hangman. It's like, okay, why am I stuck? Why isn't this working? How do I move forward? What do I need to do? And I feel there is a sense of confusion as to, why am I stuck here? Like, what's going on? Because you have the woods here, and it looks like it's a little foggy or something. And I feel like it's a very, very uncomfortable place for you to be. Sometimes with the Hangman, it's actually a very comfortable place. And the energy that I get with the Hangman, the energy, it's just like, no, I'm good here. I'm figuring things out, and I'm just going to take my time. In your situation, I feel like it's very, very uncomfortable, and you feel tied down. You feel like you can't move forward, and you feel like something is blocking your path regarding this passion that you have, because look at this card. So the Devil here has the wand with the fire, which is what we're talking about up here with the altar of fire and the root of fire. So it's like this great idea that you have is being blocked. And not just that, but look at the Devil with her hand up over here saying, no, you can't move forward. You're stuck here with me. So for some of you, you got to this point because you had a roadblock, and then you're feeling very tied down, very down on yourself, feeling like, oh no, I'm going to be stuck here forever. However, what I'm seeing is that this roadblock is leading you to the Page of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity, a different perspective, an alternate route. Something could be slightly different here. Because remember, I was talking about that tricky energy with the Page of Swords where things aren't what they appear to be. And we're getting that again with the Devil card, where a roadblock was actually a blessing in disguise. Because then we go up the row here and you have change and progress here. So this roadblock that we're seeing with the Devil card is leading to the Page of Pentacles, which is then leading you to the movement, which then leads you this way into your passion and into number 22 and number 23, which shows that progress. So I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing here, because it's very, very powerful. Now, the tricky thing is that the tricky energy is also very, very powerful. But if you use this card here, Meditation for Peace and Serenity, if you can kind of ride the waves through this, or sit here in the water through this restriction, and you can stay grounded and you can stay focused, that's really going to help you. With the Five of Wands, it's instead of being very like confrontational and very down on yourself and your situation, if you go with the flow, like we're seeing with the Five of Wands, then you can just kind of seamlessly glide right into these new opportunities that are coming in. The Six of Wands, okay, I love this for you because this is a victory card. This is you accomplishing what it is that you wanted to accomplish. And also there's something about this person right here in white, in the way that she's holding that wand, it's making me feel like a sense of relief, kind of putting your hands to your head like, whoo, that was rough, but I made it through it. But it's also like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it actually turned out this way, where it seems like something is slightly different than what you expected. Things turned out in your favor when before you thought, oh no, it might not turn out in my favor. So what I'm picking up here is, remember I was talking about the Five of Wands just a second ago and kind of going with the flow instead of feeding into the restriction that you have right now. And because you did that here with the Five of Wands, now we're at the Six of Wands where everything's coming together for you. There's a celebration. This right here is your breakthrough. This is your breakthrough with the area in your life where you were previously feeling restriction. And then you have the Chariot and you have the Altar of Fire. Remember, the altar is the Ace of Wands. So that's your new beginning. So fascinating to me the way your reading is playing out here. Your last card, the Six of Swords. Could you have a better card? Look at the Six of Swords. First of all, this is just a beautiful, beautiful card, but you're moving away from restrictions. You're moving away from being stuck here trying to figure things out because you had that light bulb moment. You figured things out. You have divine timing. The butterfly, you're going through that metamorphosis because remember I said the Hangman is right before the Death card, that change and transformation. The Six of Swords is that change and transformation because you have the Death where you're leaving something behind, but you're also moving toward your future. So do you see how everything in your reading is coming together? And look, you have the little lily pads here with the lotus flowers all around this boat. So you're very, very, very protected. And again, what's coming back to me is that if an opportunity, if you feel like you missed an opportunity or an opportunity passed you by, you are being protected. You were being so, so, so protected because there was something about it that either it wasn't meant for you or it wasn't for your highest good. I mean, probably all of these things. There's something that is more fulfilling on the way. There's something that is, I don't know, I pick up like there was some kind of problem, or the image that I'm seeing in my mind is that you're like running through this field and there's like flowers, kind of like this Queen of Pentacles card, and you're going along and you're so happy and you don't have any shoes on because the Queen of Pentacles doesn't have shoes on. And you're just kind of floating through this meadow, and then you step on a thorn and it goes right into your foot and it's so painful. And it just kind of ruins the whole thing. That's the visual that I'm seeing. If an opportunity passed you by, or if you didn't get something that you thought was meant for you, it may have looked good and it may have been good for a period of time, but within, I just feel like it would be 6 months or less within that opportunity, you would have stepped on that thorn and it would have ruined everything, and you would have had to turn back around and go back home to sit down so you could pull that thorn out. But getting back home would be very painful. So it's just like all this unnecessary thing that would have happened. But here, things flow much easier, and you're getting to this success here with the Six of Wands much, much quicker than you would have with the previous situation. So just keep that in mind and don't give up on this passion that you have for excuse me, that you have for something, because it's going to happen for you. Things are coming into place. All right. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.